Right now, we are in the heat of the NBA playoffs. With the second round coming to a climax, many basketball fans who don't have the luxury of witnessing their favorite teams compete for an NBA championship are looking towards the draft as their next hope for the future. Many scouts and teams are evaluating college prospects in hopes of properly gauging what type of player these young men can turn into. That brings me to the player who's the topic of today's video, Keaton Wagler. Since Waggler was not highly scouted coming out of high school, properly comparing his game to that of an NBA player may prove a bit more challenging than other prospects due to limited exposure. Personally speaking, a lot of the player comps I've seen for Waggler don't necessarily fit his game, so I decided to do some research myself to find the most accurate translation of Waggler's ability to the next level. Not his floor, not his ceiling, but where I believe he is most likely to end up. Now, I preface this by saying I am a basketball enjoyer. I tend to look at the positive aspects of a player and how they could translate rather than focusing entirely on areas of improvement. With that being said, I still feel like I was able to discover an apt player comparison for Waggler's game that, with good coaching, a fitting system, and a proper development team, I could easily see Waggler transforming into. That player's name is Tyler Herro. Keaton Wagler, with the recently acquired combine measurements, is listed at 6'5", 188 pounds. While having legit NBA guard height, his current frame is slender. This is very similar to Tyler Herro's build coming into the draft combine as well, where he was listed at 6'6", 192 pounds. Also similarly to Herro, Waggler has a listed wingspan that has been deemed underwhelming by some. Granted, not to the extent of the Herro's 6'3" and 3/4 negative wingspan, but still not outstanding, being measured at just 6 foot 6.25. Looking beyond just their similar builds, statistically speaking, Waggler and Herro have comparable stats. When it comes to the college career of Tyler Herro, his stats don't necessarily pop out as much as Waggler's, but context is important. Waggler was the clear and defined leader and best player of his Illinois team this year, while Herro was on a stacked Kentucky Wildcats roster featuring 5 NBA players, including Keldon Johnson, Emmanuel Quickley, Nick Richard, and PJ Washington. The ball needed to be shared amongst these players, and thus, his college PPG and APG are a bit lower than Waggler. But once you look at the NBA numbers, where he has the same offensive responsibility as Waggler, they start to look eerily similar. Waggler averaged 17.9 points, 4.2 assists, and 5.1 rebounds per game in his freshman season as a Fighting Illini. These numbers are almost identical to that of Tyler Herro's career averages, those being 19.5 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. Even looking at advanced stats, the players' three-point attempt rates, true shooting percentages, total rebound percentages, assist percentages, turnover, and usage rates are all extremely close. Now, I understand the NBA and college games are not directly translatable, and both players have some small differences in their games. Waggler has slightly better court vision and ball handling ability, and is more aggressive at getting to the free throw line, while Herro has a bit more skill off the ball in navigating screens and putting himself in scoring positions off the catch. But if we look into the film, it becomes clear how Waggler has the potential to become the same type of combo guard with lead guard ability of Tyler Herro. When it comes to shooting the ball, both are able to do it efficiently in a variety of ways. They have elite range and are able to shoot effectively off the dribble. Each of them maintain this shooting ability off the catch, and although Herro has a lot more polished off-ball movement than Waggler, this is something that can be easily adapted into Waggler's game, and will likely be necessary to round out his bucket-getting ability against the stronger, faster defenders of the next level. Where Waggler has really separated himself in terms of jump shooting is his ability to create quick room for his release with ball handling, shiftiness, and an elite step back, something that Tyler Herro has been able to develop in his game greatly at the NBA level. Both players are also able to use a variety of fakes to get open on the court. This is shown in even greater volume when it comes to finishing around the rim. Both Herro and Waggler have not shown elite NBA burst and leaping ability in-game, but are able to make up for it with a composed pace and the ability to finish craftily in the lane off 1 or 2 feet with a variety of unorthodox and deceptive layups. Although the mid-range game is not a major part of Waggler's shot diet, or Herro's for that matter since he altered his shot diet to be more three-point based in recent years, both players have the ability to take what is given to them by the defense and knock down the mid-range jumper when needed. As far as playmaking goes, Waggler definitely has a higher ceiling in that regard. Although Herro has made leaps and bounds toward being a more competent playmaker and can be seen making the right pass as it develops consistently today, Waggler seems to already have an enhanced grasp on that concept. Having the ball in his hands for a majority of the time at Illinois, he is observed many times making the correct read when the defense collapses and passing his teammates to the open spots and holes in the defense. Having this skill more developed earlier on will create an easier starting point for his development. Beyond those skills, I've observed these players also have a similar game pace. They are unable to have their game pace altered in any aspect. There's a certain bounce and rhythm to their dribble styles that display a good use of change of pace and speed to compensate for underwhelming in-game athleticism. These skills have been developed in Herro throughout his career, but Waggler seems to have an even better grasp on pace, leverage, and decision-making with the ball straight out of college. Herro has a more direct and precise approach to ball handling, with Waggler's dribbling being a lot more erratic and shifty, comparable to that of LaMelo Ball, but the rhythm and pace and cadence between the two players is largely the same. I can easily see Waggler developing into the 20-point scorer, offensive leader, and plus playmaker that Herro is. They exude similar areas of improvement such as defensive ceiling due to their size, slender frame, and underwhelming in-game athleticism. But each of them also display the mental intangibles of a willingness to compete and step up in big moments. This video is not to say that Herro is the ceiling for Waggler, but rather the most likely outcome in my opinion. Waggler is a competitor who is willing to step up in the spotlight, and the sky is the limit for him. Tyler Herro being his draft comparison just makes perfect sense to me. If that ends up being his ceiling, he has a successful NBA career ahead of him. Any team in the lottery range of 5 to 14 would be lucky to have this type of player welcomed into the future of their franchise. That's all I have for my first video on the channel. As we gear up for the NBA playoffs conclusion and the start of the draft, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know which player you think I should analyze next. This is The Real, signing out.